Hi everyone, Amanda Jane here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet this fantastic hexagon. It's a flower sunburst pattern and it's made up of double crochet, bobble stitches, two different sets of cluster stitches, and finally back to double crochet to create the 6 corners and the sections in between. So off we go. I'll leave that one up there. Today I'm using Aran weight yarn and a size 5mm crochet hook, but you can adapt this to any particular yarn that you have, as long as you use the right size hook. So to create a magic ring for the middle, hold the yarn in your left hand, or the other hand if you're left-handed, and create a cross, an X over your first 2 fingers like so. And we're going to go underneath the top right leg, over the top left leg, turn round, give your hook a twist underneath the left leg and pull through a loop. And there we are, that's the magic ring. And into this magic ring we're going to do, first of all, we're going to start by doing 2 chain, which count for nothing in this particular pattern. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now we're going to do 18 double crochet, and if you've never done a double crochet before, this is how it's done. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now if I'm going too fast, you can slow this video down. Go to the little flower gear icon and select playback speed, and you can halve it down to, or you can set it at a setting that is right for you. So there we go. Let me just explain another one. We don't want to skip ahead. Now that magic circle will work its way loose, so just keep pulling the tail and leave it so it's got about 1 centimetre, half an inch in diameter. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and pull through 2. You've got yarn overs at every single step of this stitch. You're yarning over in between the steps. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and so on all the way round. Now doing this with Aran weight yarn created a hexagon of just over 6 inches in diameter, so a really lovely size if you're going to do a blanket. Now I have lost count, so I'm going to show you how to count your stitches so that you don't go over. Let's just do one more and see how many we've got to. So the easiest way to count is to take your crochet hook off and to count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These two don't count, these chains. So the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 3 more to go. You can crochet over that little tail if you wish. Saves you having to weave in the ends when you've finished. We're not changing colours on these examples, but you could change colour every round. Now when you've done your 18, just pull your magic loop tight, and then you're going to look for this first stitch just here and it's sort of a P shape, and you essentially want to go into that stitch just here. We're going to join the round using a slip stitch. We're going to slip stitch into that first stitch here. Fabulous. Now we're moving on to the next round, which is our bobble stitches. Now bobble stitch, we'll start by doing our 2 chain, and we're going to start off, we're going to do 18 of these, and we're going to do them into the beginning double crochet just here. So we're going to go yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook again, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook, until you have got 2, 4, 6, 7 strands on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 7. So, and then we're going to do a chain, because that will make it nice and firm. So yarn over into the next stitch, insert your hook once, yarn over, insert your hook twice, yarn over 3 times, draw through and seal off with a stitch, chain. Yarn over once, twice, 3 times, so there are 2, 4, 6, 7, yarn over and pull through and a chain. And you're literally going to go all the way around doing these bobble stitches as our first round. So that's very straightforward. 2 and 3. So find a way of counting so that you don't lose track of what you're doing. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to continue all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the beginning when we join up again. So I've done my 18 bobble stitches, and I'm just going to join my round with a slip stitch, and I'm going to go into this first stitch just here. Just like so. 2 chain, and then we're going to do our first cluster stitch. Cluster stitch is a little different, and we're going to do a chain in between each of our cluster stitches. So let me show you how to do a cluster stitch. So a little different from a bobble stitch. We start with yarn over in the usual way, insert your hook, draw up a loop. Now this time we yarn over and go through the first 2 loops on the hook, but we don't complete our double crochet, we do another one, and we just do through 2, but we don't complete it, and another one, and we don't complete it. So we've got 4 loops on the hook. Now in this instance, I want to take into account this first set of chain that I did. So yarn over, pull through, and then we're going to do a single chain just there, and then we move on to our next cluster stitch. We're going to do 4. 1, go through the first 2 loops on the hook. 2, go through the first 2 loops on the hook. 3, again through the first 2 loops on the hook, and again 4. So it creates this lovely little texture, flat. They're not like bobble stitches, they're flat. Then secure it with a chain, and we're going to do another one. Yarn over, insert between the 2 bobble stitches, yarn over, pull through 2. Don't finish the stitch off. Yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You've got 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 and a chain. Just do that one more time and then I'll whiz round and meet you back at the end of the round. And the next round is very simple as well. You're just going to do another cluster stitch, but you're going to make 5 double crochets. So I'm just going to whiz round the rest of this and I'll meet you back when we join up. So I've just got one more of these cluster stitches to do and I'll complete the round. So here we go. 1, 2, it's a bit more yarn, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through and chain. Now it does curl up a little bit, but don't worry, as soon as you do the next round and then the final round, it will flatten out. And of course you'll block this out and give it a good press. And if you're using acrylic yarn, do be careful, don't press it with the iron on the yarn, just hover over it. That's the best way. Now when we come to do this next round, we're going to chain 2 rather, yarn 3, what am I talking about? And then we're going to go over so that we're going to have 5 groups altogether. So the first one will take into account this these 2 chain as a pretend double crochet. So we'll go 4 times. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that's like the previous row. And there we have our first cluster. Moving on to our next cluster, we're going to do 5 because we don't have the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And what you don't want to do is to crochet too tightly because you want them to lie flat. So don't tighten that up too much so that when you've gone all the way round, these do lie flat. So you keep your tension quite loose on these so that the clusters sort of join up, so you're not left with great big gaps in between the clusters. So I'm crocheting quite loosely, got a lot of loops on the hook, 2, 4, 6, yarn over, through 2 and then chain. So you can see these are bigger, these clusters, and they'll sort themselves out, or you can wiggle them with your finger to make sure that they lie flat. So once again, I'm going to go all the way round with this and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. So I've reached the end of the round with the 5 cluster stitches there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once again, I'm going to join into the top of the first cluster just here. And we're on the final round now, where this will all sort of flatten out and it will look much more, it would look like a hexagon rather than this rather curled up circle. So how do we do this final round? Well, we're going to start off with 2 chain. Let's get my tension correct. And I'm going to do 4 double crochet into this corner. We're starting in this top corner here. And I'm ignoring my 2 chain this time. I'm going to do 4 double crochet to do half a corner. Then I'm going to move on to the next gap between the cluster stitches, and I'm going to do 3 double crochet, move on to the next gap and do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll be at the corner, so I want to do a group of 4 first of all. 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, a chain stitch. So we're just say here, so we've got a chain stitch in between our group of 4, another 4 in the same corner, same gap, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This does eat quite a lot of yarn, so make sure that you've got enough. We're coming down the side here, so we're going to do 2 groups of 3, 1, 2, and 3, and group of 3 just here, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're at the next corner. So you can see that this is flattening out as I go round. So don't worry about it curling up like this. If you wanted to use the circle, I would add a chain in between these clusters here. But for the purposes of doing the hexagon, you don't need to do that because you want to keep your sides quite straight. But if you want to keep it as a circle and maybe just use it as a large coaster, you could do that, particularly if you're using finer yarn. This would be a little bit of a chunky coaster, but it would make a placemat if you did it in cotton. It would be very attractive. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a chain, and then another group of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 sets of 3. 1. Nice thing is that you don't have to look for where to place your hook, because the gaps between the cluster stitches and the bobble stitches are very obvious. So unlike some stitches where you're having to really think about where you place your hook, this is relatively straightforward. Now I'm going to stop here because we've got the example above, the darker blue one, to show you. So there we go. We've done 2 of this, or nearly 3 of the sides of the hexagon. And when you get to the other end, you simply join it with a slip stitch. You got that right. So there we go. We've got 2 now. We'll join it up there. We'll have to finish off that corner. It will become really simple, really obvious once you've gone all the way around. You'll know exactly what you're doing. So it does use up quite a lot of yarn, but it's going to create a really fantastic blanket when it's finished. And you can combine maybe some cream with it and have a really fun time working out what your colour combinations are going to be. So there we have it, the Starburst hexagon. I want to call it an octagon, hexagon, and this is done in a single colour, but equally you could have a go and do it in multiple colours and create a really colourful blanket. So thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then press the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.